Congratulations, you're pregnant. Whether this is your first baby or not, the first trimester is an exciting and sometimes overwhelming time as your body and your baby go through incredible changes. Over the next few minutes, I'll guide you through what's happening to both you and your baby during these early weeks of pregnancy. Let's jump right in. It all begins at fertilization when a single sperm meets an egg in one of your fallopian tubes. One of the first questions you might have is, when is my baby due? Your midwife will calculate your due date from the first day of your last period, even though you weren't actually pregnant then. In fact, fertilization, which is the time you're able to get pregnant, usually occurs about 2 weeks after your period. However, despite this, your midwife will count 40 weeks from your last period to estimate your due date. Keep in mind though, babies don't always stick to our schedule. Actually, most babies will be born between 37 and 42 weeks, with only 5% actually arriving on their due date. One of the first exciting milestones is your dating scan, offered by the NHS between 8 and 14 weeks. At this scan, your baby's measurements will be used to estimate your due date. This means that the date you were originally given based on your last period may change slightly. Before that scan, a lot is happening behind the scenes. After fertilization, the zygote becomes a blastocyst, which implants itself into the lining of the uterus. From here, the yolk sac forms to provide nutrients while the placenta is still growing. This yolk sac is like your baby's first food delivery system. The placenta begins to take shape early and will soon take over nourishing your baby. As we're nearing the end of this first month, the neural tube forms, which will develop into your baby's brain and spinal cord. This is why folic acid is so important early on. It helps to ensure the neural tube closes properly. By the end of this first month, your baby is about the size of a sesame seed. But by the second month, things are moving quickly. The nervous system is developing, the heart starts beating, and tiny buds for arms and legs appear. At this stage, your baby is roughly the size of a lentil. Around this time, your baby's facial features are starting to take shape. The beginning of tiny eyes, ears, and even a mouth are forming. It's hard to imagine, but the foundations for your baby's unique face are already in progress. By the end of month 2, your baby is starting to form soft bones, which will give their body structure. They are also about the size of a strawberry now, and those little arms and legs are starting to move. Though it'll be a while before you can feel it. By month 3, all your baby's major organs are in place. The liver, stomach and kidneys are functioning, and tiny fingers and toes are forming. Your baby is growing rapidly, and this is when their movements become more coordinated. By the end of the first trimester, your baby is about the size of a peach, with more defined facial features and a stronger heartbeat that can now be heard on your midwife's Doppler. As your baby grows, your body works hard to keep up. You may start to feel tenderness or fullness in your breasts. Fatigue is another common symptom. Growing a baby is a lot of work, so rest when you need to. Frequent urination might start as your kidneys process more blood, and your growing uterus might press on your bladder. Digestive changes such as bloating, heartburn, or constipation may also occur. Eating smaller, more frequent meals can help ease these symptoms. You might also experience food cravings or aversions, a heightened sense of smell, or even mood swings. Around 8 to 10 weeks, you'll have your booking appointment with your midwife. This is your first antenatal appointment where your midwife will go through your medical history, check your overall health, and discuss your options for care during pregnancy and birth. You'll also have blood tests and other routine checks done. It's a great opportunity to ask any questions you might have about your pregnancy. By the end of the first trimester, you may notice a little weight gain, typically around 1 to 2 kilograms. Most of this comes from the extra blood volume and the growing placenta. Your uterus has also grown and is now about the size of a grapefruit. This is the point where many people start to feel a bit better as nausea and fatigue often ease off, making way for the second trimester. And that's it, a quick look at what's happening to both you and your baby during the first trimester. It's an exciting time, but it's also okay if you feel a little overwhelmed. Remember, your midwife or GP is there to guide you and answer any questions along the way. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more real down-to-earth pregnancy advice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.